I'm trying to get my live stream to load on my iPad, but it's not working. So I can't see that anybody's on. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm glad you're the first one here. At the moment, I'm just trying to get my live stream to load on my iPad so I can see comments and whatever, but it's literally not letting me see it, which is probably the longest it's ever made me wait. So I guess I'll try it out on my phone, my old phone, which I can do as well. Let's see. Just so I can see what's going on. I don't know why it's not loading on the iPad. So sorry, just give me a second. Oh, I guess I'm having some Wi-Fi issues. Come on. That's so silly. It says I can check it out on my phone, so it's not as ideal, but I can see you. So it's better than nothing. And I will try to get it to load. Oh, there it is on my iPad finally. A little lagging, I guess, with the internet, so sorry about that. But I think we're good. Okay. Let me just angle up my camera a little bit. There we go. I'm trying to test so it doesn't go super fuzzy when I'm drawing on it, so I have to like lift it up to a certain point. So that's why you can see the blue tape, because that helps me to know where my line of vision is for the overhead. There we go. Just gives me an idea. All right, so I'm not very good at this. I'm not a good YouTuber here. In fact, I didn't even check to make sure my camera. Oh yeah, it's clean. Okay, amazingly still. All right, so I've been working on this in the last live stream, so I'm gonna continue on with it. Let's see, with the pattern that I kind of have established. All right. And I think, like I discovered in the last one I did, the last couple, much better just to put the single coat down first and let it dry, and then it takes the second coat much better without ripping up the paper and all that. So I'm just gonna go with that. Should be easier. No, it's really hard to see the difference between the two pinks. Is the only problem with that. It's easy to get confused, but yeah, this is the rose red. And then this one, let's see, we got rid of the bronze, so I'll be adding in purple for this one, which is exciting. I haven't used the purple since the first square, so now we're like full circle back to the purple again. So that was a little thin. All right, there we go. I wanted to go sit outside. I said I was coming back at 2:30 after I left the live stream the last time, and it was just so nice out. And we've been getting rain threatened on us for like days and days and days constantly. So a little bit of sunshine, and I was like, well, I'll just do 3 o'clock, because that's when it said that storms were gonna get here. So. I can't really complain about being stuck inside the studio for the day, though. I mean, even if it is a summer day and one of the last ones we're gonna have. studio is always a summer day. It's so shocking to me how like bright the colors get once you add that second layer. But obviously the black is a heavy color to cover. But I do love this. It's like very pop art. And since we've got a whole bunch of people on who haven't been on, I'm going to say hi, my name's Jenny Lee. And I have been playing around with acrylic markers on black paper. And here's some of the stuff I have done that I kind of have been inspired and obsessing with lately. Obsessing over, I guess you could say. So I like started with crappy markers and crappy paper. And I ended up deciding to upgrade the markers and then the paper, and here I am. Nice paper, metallic markers, enjoying my afternoon. Whoops, don't pick up the blue yet. We're not in blue yet. I need to go back I need to get my brain wrapped around what I'm doing here. I get distracted if people sign on. I want to say hi at least and not act like I'm too good to be bothered. Wait a minute. This is the rose gold. See, I told you the two roses are like so close. They're confusing. But this is the one I'm doing right now. Okay. That ends up being just a straight line. I don't love it, but that's right. Whoops. That got wonky. I'm gonna kind of go with it though. Oh, like uneven wobbly hand says I'm not a robot, right? I can go with the happy accidents. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Zion 73. I'm just playing around. I'm just doing like, I don't know, just playing around and testing colors and testing ideas. It's not exactly my normal representational work, but I am having so much fun with it that I'm having a hard time digging back into stuff that I would call like challenging. Because this is kind of fun. Am I allowed to have fun? I don't know. As an artist, I feel like I'm supposed to do like hard stuff and only hard stuff. And that having fun while I'm doing stuff is somehow like not, I don't know, like legitimate art. But sometimes I just want to make designs. Sometimes I don't want to like make a person or a flower or a cat or whatever. All right, let's see. See, these pinks get so close, I'm pretty sure. Did I just mess that up? No, I didn't. This is where the two coats of the same pink is what it looks like over here. You gotta add the extra layer. So let's see, we're ready for rose gold here. They do look different next to each other, but not a lot. So let's see, this is rose gold purple, the light one, so back to this. And up here I need to get the purple out. At least I can see the purple and I can tell it's purple. I do like how this like color transition, I didn't do that in the last ones. I just kind of like went with a random approach to the colors that I put down on the paper. If you saw in the other ones I showed you, but like for this one I decided to like make the colors sort of like, I don't know, transition, if that makes any sense. That's kind of the word that came to mind. All right, so let's see if I can get around the big fingerprint looking thing here. There we go. Not bad. Sometimes I make little boo-boos and I have a black acrylic paint pen that works so nice as an eraser. All right. So this is when I struggle with which pink I need to use, because next to the purple it's confusing. I want to say this is supposed to be rose gold up here next, right? Yes. But down here, but it flips down on the bottom side. So down here I need the pink and not the gold. Purple. Let's see, down here I need the rose gold. And actually that's what it appears on. Glad you can't see my face. Or, well, if you could see my mouth, you'd see me sticking out my tongue. You can see my nose. As my friend Mary says, my Roman nose. It's Roman all night. All right. Don't know if I'd want to be associated with the Romans, but whatever. Could be worse. They know how to build roads, if nothing else. If my music is too loud, you have to let me know. Otherwise, I need to hear music when I'm making art. All right, that little square is done for the first coat. Now I need to go and do a second coat. But if I try to do the second coat right this second, I'll probably make a mess. So I gotta let it like dry for a second. So I'm gonna like take a sip of tea. I got the blueberry Arizona white tea and it's so good. All right. Probably safe. All right, here we go. Now the second coat goes on really quick, which I like, because I do the same color all at one shot. And I already have the first line down, so kind to have an idea of where I'm going. But I have to turn the book a lot, because otherwise I get my wrist in what I was just working on. Like, well, I don't know if you can see it, but it gets all over the place. Just do all these while I'm down here. It's a big difference, that second coat. I haven't done the second coat up here because I didn't really realize I would need to until I had gotten kind of to here. So I kind of need to do them up here too. I think it makes a big difference. Right, now I'm gonna like come around and do the like curves. I think that's the plan. There's like this big one left, and I'm just trying not to get myself messy. There we go. All right, so that's the second coat of the lavender. Wow, it's so funny how close those two pinks are until you really get them on there. So let's grab the brighter one because I think I can see that a little better. And then I'll work the last color by the process of elimination. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but that looks so much more pink to me. Notice if I push the tip down, I get a lot more paint flow. Gives me a lot brighter color saturation, I guess. I'm not really familiar with these a whole lot, so I'm learning. Oh wow, look at that. That looks pretty cool when the color actually hits. All right, let's see. I got 2 inner circles left. Yeah, okay. It's so liquidy. It looks like nail polish. It's like a metallic pink. It looks so much like nail polish to me. Whoops. Sometimes I go a little rogue there, but if I don't hate the mistake, I'll keep it. I like seeing the artist's hand on my work, but if the mistake is like distracting or I just am like, ooh, that doesn't work, then I do erase it. But all right, so final second coat is the bronze rose color. All right. Oh, that's damp. I really, really, really don't want to smudge it. There we go. And it's like a red, it's like redder. A more red color. Redder, is that a word? Probably not. Kind of like, I went a little rogue there. I might fix it with my black after, we'll see. Again, the challenge of not touching it. I would have never thought of doing prints of this series, but a lot of people have responded so well to it that I probably will end up doing it and adding it to the website, which is technically up and running. I just haven't really promoted it. I'm still working on it, though it technically is up and running and works and all that. I just want to feel confident in what I've got on there before I start like really pushing it on the planet, so. But technically, if you went to lock5studio.com, you'd see it. It took so many months of work, and I got burnt out, and I had to take a breather. So it's technically up and able to be, you know, functional. Now you can see like the pinks and the purples a lot better, and especially if you're to look in person. But it looks a lot more vibrant, I guess. So what I'm doing is I'm like doing a color fade. So essentially now what I'm going to be getting rid of is the bronze, keeping the purple, keeping the pink, and adding in the blue. Not using silver in this particular one. So I guess this set has how many colors in it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not using the silver, so got like a seven color palette I'm doing. So I don't know where exactly I'll end up on the by the time I get here. So I'm working my way this way, and then I'll work my way back that way. That's kind of the plan for this particular piece. I didn't quite have so cohesive a color plan for the other ones, so this one's been fun. Anyways, let's see. Purple is going to be the color I used to draw the initial shape. Oh, I'm glad that the music's coming through. I'm glad to add some, excuse me, chill vibes to your elevator repair day. Hope you're having a good day out there. Hope you're avoiding any of the weather that seems to be threatening, but not actually heading not actually happening. I'll say it's headed our way, but it's not happening. It's ominous out there now. All right, there's my first shape. I'm supposed to. I have no idea. I seem to like know what the pattern was when I was initially drawing it, but now that I'm drawing it, I'm not sure it's right, but I'm going with it, so. It's really my pattern. It's not like I can do it wrong and then I'll like look at it and judge myself and like, you did it wrong. How can I do my own thing wrong? I don't know. Whatever it is, you know? Try to erase some of my pencil lines that I didn't quite line up with. All right. Ooh, the breeze feels nice though. I'm loving that. You can hear the rustling of the leaves outside, which I rather enjoy. I just want to go through and do the second coat on this one real quick since I got the purple out. Yeah, that second coat goes down beautifully over the first coat if it's dry. So then you don't have any paper issues. You know, any issues with the paper like pulling up, which I was having in the first pieces that I did. So that might have helped also, not trying to do a second pass immediately like I was doing. But the first pass has gone down really well as well though, and that wasn't necessarily happening on the other paper, so 2 points to keep in mind. Let it dry before adding the second coat. And maybe just start with better marker and paper to begin with. I don't know. Sorry, I know this isn't super interesting at the moment. But it helps me to see it better if I have all the colors kind of at their best as I'm looking at the piece as a whole. I'm still like thinking about color theory and compositional elements and stuff. Ah, crap. And I'm still making mistakes, because you know. Although something about the mistakes do like speak to the humanity that I put into my pieces. Perfectly imperfect, I've heard it said. All right, so there's the second coat of purple on there, which I think just makes a huge difference for sure. I need to do another coat of green. On this one. I think I got it on these. It's a little bit hard to say. The green looks a little stretchy on this, or the paper was disturbed. So I'm wondering if I was putting 2 coats of green on while the paper was still wet. So that could be like a problem no matter what paper I'm using, obviously. Even mixed media paper might not be able to stand up to that kind of abuse, so. Alright, so anyways, back to this one, where I'm using the purple, the rose, and the blue. Alrighty, not bad. I'm excited to get back to the blue. I like the blue a lot. It's a very pretty color in the metallics for sure. I think these will look stunning on white paper. They're cool on the black paper, but I actually like the opaque ones better. So I probably won't use the metallics on the black paper again. But I'll be excited to see what they look like on white paper, for sure. I'm a little unhappy with the wonkiness of that one. I don't know. Sometimes I fix it, sometimes I don't. I try to leave the organic spacing. Because again, like AI can't really recreate my unsteady hand, you know? So, my fairly steady but somewhat unsteady hand. That's a hard thing to mimic. But I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so that's, you know, I want to fix everything. Come to find out, it's not, you don't need to be a perfectionist, you just need to be authentic. In this day and age. Alright, I might not be able to help fix these a little bit. But you really gotta let it dry, because now I've got that paper already activated, so. Wait, gotta fix my blue. Here we go, a little better. But even that, you can see how much better the color pops once you get a little bit more of it on the surface. You're like, that's a little wobbly, but I don't mind really, so. Alright. Purple. Oop, I missed a little spot right there in the middle. Mhm. Alright, and just like that, this square's got its first coat, which is fabulous. Okay. So, let it dry. I think I'm going to add the second coat of green onto that. So if I go into the next color combo, is it purple, green, blue? Oh, it would be. That's so funny. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 color combinations. So that would be that, and that. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. So we have 12 squares, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 color combinations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. sorry, I didn't really plan this out in advance, so I'm just trying to figure out. It's gonna like shove the same color combo next to each other, which I just wasn't expecting. So that's interesting. I don't know if I want to do that. It's kind of not what I was hoping for. That's the funny part about working organically like I do, is you can't predict exactly. I mean, I guess I could have really mapped that out. That's interesting. I gotta think about it for a minute. In the meantime, let's double up on these green lines. It definitely looks pretty. This is like a peacock green. It makes me think of a Prismacolor pencil color that's called peacock green. It's one of my favorites. Maybe like a Viridian. Alright, so that's the second coat of green on that. I do think that helps a lot. Feels pretty dry. So let's grab, I guess, the purple. Sounds like kind of spray paint. Pretty funny. It's 3:36. You must be wrapping it up soon, wherever you're at down there in Albania. Ooh, the second coat goes much faster, but it's also like more strainful. Kind of just gotta like concentrate and get it right. A little stressful. Where my steady hand like has to be really good. All right, there's the purple. Ooh, looks awesome. And then I think the pink, and then that should be it for the second coat on this particular square. Blow it and get it dry. Oops, I kind of smudged there a little bit. Wow, as close up as you think you can see. If you saw up any closer, you'd see all these yucky moments. Ah, actually, I just created another one out. How funny. Maybe I should stop talking about them. Alright, aside from the few spots that I kind of hate now, that one's done. I don't, oh my gosh. No, wrong side. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened there. That was me. Oh my gosh, this looks terrible. Is it just me? Or is this not going down as good as it did on with the other markers? I don't know. I'm not sure about these metallics. They're pretty, but they're not as neat as the other ones. You're sloppy. You're sloppy, kid. Alright, I may have to go back in and do some touch-ups on this. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I like to walk away from my artwork for a day or two, and then if by the next day I can't figure out anything that's wrong with it, then I figure, well, it's probably good to go, you know? So I was really looking forward to getting to this, back to this, but it's going to end up being right here, which I don't want to do. I don't like that idea at all. So then I could go back to the pattern. This one would go here. This one would go here, 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 and then this one would be all by itself. Yeah, I don't know. Gosh. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing nothing on a live stream. My brain is a little like, what am I doing? Because that's not what I wanted it to happen. Because that would go here. Interesting. So if I stick with the pattern I thought about saying that, I would have these two be the same and these two end up being the same. Which is also tempting. Not gonna lie. Alright. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. Like I said, the organic nature of the work means I can't plan for all of the contingencies, so I just need to be okay with whatever it does. So that was the plan. I'm sticking with the plan. And I don't know if this blue is really as pretty as I wanted it to be. It just looks watery. It's not blue enough. So these metallics are a little washed out, especially on the black paper. They're gonna be like probably white paper only markers. I don't know. Because the blue, it's very pretty, but it looks almost translucent on here. Like, think about how a car paint is like a metal fleck that almost looks kind of like translucent. Very similar to that, I think. Obviously not, that's not a water-based paint, but similar like thing. Like tiny little microscopic like little flecks of like silver or something, or I don't know. But my husband probably would know better. He's a car guy. What makes metallic paint metallic? I'm guessing there's little flecks of things that like reflect light. I don't know enough about it to tell you about it. That definitely made a big difference. The blue almost needs 3 coats so that it reads as blue, which is interesting. It makes me want to add blue to this one, and while it's sitting here in my hand, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, this is almost what you think of like Easter egg color. It's kind of translucent. All right. I truly thought I had added enough blue to this, but all right, I don't know. Might be all I have in me to trace over this blue. That might be all my brain has left for tracing blue. Anyways, next color I am going to now is the blue, the purple, and the green. So I'm actually going to be tracing the elements there with the blue, I guess. Or the element, whatever, the image, I don't know what you want to call each little grid has a thing going on. And what I think is really neat about these pieces is like the intersection points are kind of neat to me. You know, they have like their own compositional quality, which I think is fascinating. And trust me, it's catching my attention. Oh, you're finally leaving Albany. That's awesome. That's super. Well, I hope that I can make your ride entertaining. And here's hoping that you don't run into miserable traffic. It's early enough, so maybe you won't. Meow, 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 meow. Guess who's sitting right next to me, making sure I'm keeping on point for my tasks here. All right, so putting that away and grabbing the green. Ooh, sometimes I find that I'm holding my breath when I'm doing like a full pass like that. And, oh, then I let out this big breath of air because I was holding my breath the whole time. Yeah, see how light that blue is compared to like getting some extra coats on it? Even that one probably needs another coat of the blue. Otherwise you just can't really see it. And if I'm going to spend all this time making it, then that wouldn't make any sense. Comes out a lot more bright than what it ends up drying as. Kind of like any acrylic or watercolor type paint. But really much, like really obvious. Spinning around. Got a little touch up to do here. Sorry, I'm not talking much, William, because you're driving, and so you can't really see anything, and I think it's really just the two of us at this moment. So I'm just kind of working on this. I didn't pick any type of project that would give me reason to chat much. Sorry about that. But don't feel like you have to respond. Just be sure to drive safely. And you can say hello when you get home. But this piece is coming along beautifully. And I may work on the kintsugi after you get home. We'll see. Oh, I think I missed a spot there. I did, definitely. On the previous square, I missed one little spot. There we go. That's better. All right, that one is done. So, yeah, I decided to just let the color like be adjacent. I was kind of being, oh no, they can't be exactly next to each other, but I really dig it already, so I'm glad I did it. This needs to be life size at Mass Mocha. That would be cool. Maybe with when I'm looking on the phone, I'm looking at spots and I'm like, oh man, I hate how that looks. Maybe with some touch-ups. That would be a cool idea. Life goals, right? Have your artwork made into a wall, a Saul Lewis style installation. That'd be cool. I'm actually thinking of making these into a series, to be honest with you. So, I mean, people are responding to them, so why not put them up on the website? The first one, a little disappointing with the opacity of color and all that. I would do it differently, but this was just the trial run. I mean, you can see the paper like it had been shredded. This one doesn't have to be a reproduction. Or maybe it would take the colors better now that it's like fully dry. I could always go over it with the colors, or it could just stand. It could just be as it is, you know? So we'll just have to see. What I do see is the connectivity issues that we were having back when I was live streaming before don't seem to be really an issue. So that's encouraging. All right, ready for second coat? I am. I had an art manager, he, she, whoever they were, would probably figure out how to get me an installation there, If I could hire you to do that, but unfortunately, I don't have any money to pay you very good. But yeah, if you wanted to like market my work and get it internationally renowned, that'd be cool. I'm good with that. You are welcome to do that at any point. I'm all for, international art renown, international art fame. I don't know. How would I say that? I'm not sure. I lack the vernacular because I'm so not famous that I can't even think about being famous. It's so beyond my scope. idea of being famous is preposterous, really. And maybe not even desirable, because, I mean, look at what happens to famous people. It's very upbeat music. This is the copyright-free music. I'm hoping I won't get another angry warning from YouTube. I thought AI music was just like, hey, it's a freebie, it's a free-for-all. No. Apparently, we can't offend the AI or somehow, monetize off of its own monetization. So, wow, my art is intergalactic. I'm beyond international at this point. I'm intergalactic. That says a lot. All right, so there's the green. Let's go on to the blue, I guess. Because sometimes that needs actually a third coat, so. All right, there's the blue. And lastly would be the purple. Like I said, I keep holding my breath when I'm doing this. The generic AI YouTube music that YouTube itself does not approve. I know, exactly. That's hysterical. They're like, well, we don't even want you using it. We don't approve of it so much. We don't even want it in the universe. Yeah, I guess channels be taken down left and right these days for all of that stuff. So there were lots of channels out there that were like, how to make a faceless YouTube channel and get rich. But hopefully those people put their money away and invested it or something, because now YouTube is not wanting that. And I guess they want humans and they want flawed people on the screen doing what flawed people do, which is being flawed. Because go figure, human beings aren't interested in watching fake human beings that pretend like they know and understand the human experience. And I don't want to say this, sounds like another, thing in our world where people are faking an experience that they haven't actually lived and, whatever. But apparently we can collectively agree that AI trying to fake the human experience can't be done. Now, other people trying to fake other experiences is still kind of happening in the world, but that's a different topic for a different day. I'm mostly talking about people trying to fake being, I don't know, smart. But anyways, a human lived experience is a challenging thing to mimic. Like, I don't know what my husband goes through daily on a daily basis trying to be an elevator guy in Albany. I don't know what that's like. I couldn't even begin to pretend that I understand. Just doing some touch-ups. Because as usual, there's things I hate that probably no one would notice, but I notice and they piss me off, so. Now I can't remember if I did the blue. Can someone tell me? Did I already do the blue? I don't know. It looks blue, but not blue enough, so. It looks like I might have done the blue. I literally can't tell. The problem with the blue is it's so thin. It looks amazing when it goes down, and then when it dries, it looks like you didn't do anything. It's like an amazing color that is so disappointing. So, I don't know, it can't really hurt to add a little more, right? It's like making me work this in glazes like it was an oil painting or something, which it's not. Putting on airs like you're an oil painting. Alright, I have no idea. That's just another layer of the blue just because, I don't know. Anyways. Not bad, not bad. So if I continue with the color pattern that I thought I would be doing, that would bring me to here for that. Yeah, that's an interesting way to do this. I wouldn't have planned it, but we're gonna go with it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. So. I don't love it. I don't hate it. Like much of my work. Alright. There's the first one down. I didn't even go near my pencil drawing for that one. I'll have to do a little erasing in a second here once that dries. I just want to check and see for how long I've been on the live stream for. Oh, I can't talk. Only a little over an hour. Yeah, this one I'm not loving the unsuredness of my hands. The single ones are like the ones that I struggled to keep a steady hand. The more loopy-doops there are, the less gross it looks. All right, if that is dry, which it seems to be pretty close. Oh no, it wasn't right in the center. I'm getting impatient. Besides, I'm on a live stream, so I'm assuming other people might get impatient too. And now I have touch-ups to do because I smooched that a little bit. Alright, this one's going to be purple, pink, and blue, like this one. right? Going to this. Oh no, it was not supposed to be purple. Ah! This was supposed to be green and blue. Oh no, I already messed it up. Alright. This is why I like the black paint pens, because I have done this before where I actually put down the wrong color and then had to fix it. And you can kind of tell, but not really. So I'm going to cover this little corkscrew up and do it in the right color, which is actually supposed to be green. Sometimes I am not too bright when I'm doing stuff. It's alright, it'll be fine. It's fine, this is fine. Oops. I'm trying to just get a real thin washi coat of, like, wishy-washy, that's what I mean by washy, coat of the black down, just to, like, cover it up but not mess with the paper too much, because the texture will become obvious if I have too much paint on the paper and then keep adding more paint to it. So I don't want to do that if I can help it. Alright, there. That works like such a beautiful little eraser. And then once it dries, it's pretty indistinguishable. Alright, so anyways, that was dumb, but I'm supposed to go green, blue, and gold on this one. And then this is like the, what I call the leprechaun one. And then this one, then that one. Okay. Ah. Alright, anyways. I'll just trace out the next one so I don't get confused. That one's going to be gold. And this one is going to be bronze. And then that one is going to be the rose gold. All right, and this one is supposed to be green. Like I said, it'll sort of show up, but not once I get all the markers covered on there, so I'm not too worried about it. I often think it would be kind of cool to gesso this paper, or any of the papers, with like a black gesso first, or even a clear gesso first, because the markers would go down probably in one coat and save time and energy. So I just don't know how the paper would respond to being completely covered. Like, would it curl up? I don't know. So it's just a thought I'm having. I'm not sure if it's a valid thought, but it's a thought I'm having. gold. Don't get confused with all of our colors here. Oops, I got a little close for comfort there. Oh, there too. Whoops. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess on this one. That's what I get for starting with the wrong color. That's what I got. I do love the combination of the gold and the blue and the green. I would definitely want to see that on white paper. Oh wow, how many touch-ups do I have to do for this color? About 14. Wowzers. Anything that I wanted besides bread? Well, yeah, I guess if you can't chat or text that to me. I thought there was bread and something else. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if other people communicate with their spouses via the live stream, you know? Probably. Maybe not too many though. It's probably why I haven't gone viral, you know? But whatever. Too busy chatting about my groceries on the chat. Wow, this one got wonky everywhere. All right, I'll get up for like 2 seconds and check the list real quick, if you want. Just trying to look at my ugly mistakes here. Oh, okay, then that could be it. That could be all that there is. Yeah. Oh, there's another spot. Oh my word. That one's not even going to be accurate. I'm going to have to do the gold first. So I like cut it way close to the green. Maybe cilantro if you wanted for chip salsa, quesadillas, etc. That's luxurious though. It's not a necessity. It's just nice. It's a nicety. glue down here, it looks like. Let's turn this around. That doesn't seem to help literally at all, but okay. Oh, I don't like it when I start hating what I'm doing here because I'm just too dumb to do it right. I'm gonna smash the tip. I forgot, it's not one of those tips that you push down on. Now I'm used to pushing down the tip, and I go to push on the tip and it doesn't work because it's not one of those kinds. It's rude. Green. All right. Ooh. All the nice cities from the store. Yes, same. Back to the gold. And the green. Blue. Looks like this square is pretty much done, which is exciting. So we'll let that dry up before we add the second coat. But this is the difference between the first coat and the second coat. It's 2 coats, 1 coat, which looks really, really different, obviously. So feels mostly dry already, honestly, so I'll probably just go in for the second coat right at the starting gate. I do like that the second coat goes pretty quick. The second coat goes pretty quickly. I can't talk because I'm starving. I have to be fed if I'm to work. I always tell my husband, you can't make me work if you don't feed me. My daughter says her cat is very food motivated, and I'm like, I can relate. Like, what's the problem with that? I don't need a lot, but I still need it, you know? So if I don't have my peanut butter toast, I'm hurting. I had my last piece. It was the heel of the bread today, which is sad because I like a piece of toast in the middle of the day sometimes, but I could not have any. And I really am supposed to be giving up the bread, but I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. What's exciting for me is I watched the start from the first line. Oh, yeah, you were on board from the very first corner, right? So, when I was on the first live stream, right? So. I didn't have any company coming today, and I didn't really have anything going on, so I just thought it would be cool to do like a piece start to finish on a live stream. Of course, I'll have to take breaks because I cannot go that many hours without eating or going to the bathroom, but see how I want to do these. Alright, so the green and the gold is done. I just gotta do the blue. And there's 3 squares left in this particular piece. Let's see, 90 minutes. I don't know if I could finish it in 30 minutes, but it'd be cool if I could, because what that would mean is it's not like the whole piece took basically 4 hours. So that's pretty cool. We'll see. I'm trying. My hubby is at the store. And so by the time he's done and checked out, it could be about that amount of time. And I'd want to sign off the live stream just because he would be home and I probably need another break. So tomorrow is another day. Or this evening. I've got the kintsugi. Oh, you can't see it because I made my, sorry, I have it written on the table. But I'm doing like a contemporary kintsugi project with a terracotta pot and polymer clay, which is really fun. So I may pull that out. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like I missed the green right there in the center. I don't know if I did, but it looks kind of yucky. I did just get blue on my yellow there, but I'll fix it after. Alright, there's that. I just want to fix that little boo-boo And that would finish up that section. I'll come back in and fix that up later after it dries. A little heavy-handed right now. All right, onward to the St. Patty's Day color palette, which will be this one here. So I'll be using green and gold and bronze color. Browns and the gold are hard to tell apart. A couple of the colors are hard to tell apart. And there's only one coat of them. There we go. Let's see, if I look at the time, it says we are. So that gives me, if I can finish it by 5, that gives me like a 4-hour time frame on this, which isn't terrible. I would still maybe do a few things differently. Oh, I see a boo-boo here I don't like. I'm probably being way too fussy, but that's okay. I can be fussy if I want. It's my artwork. It's my artwork. I can fuss if I want to. Back to my bronze color for this one down here. Oh, actually, I'll put the green in the center where I need it to be. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what I was trying to do. I say a lot of, I don't know why I did that. Kind of in life in general. It's pretty common phrase for me to say. I don't know why I did that. God, I feel like I ruined the tip of this, forgetting that you don't push it down to make it work. Not my best moment. Okay, there's the first coat of that one. At this point, it's a push for me to like sit here for almost 4 solid hours. So this would be like kind of with a break in the middle, like an hour break. But that's definitely like kind of a test of my endurance. I am not one to like sit solid and just plow through something. I do a lot better with bursts of energy and breaks and stuff, but it's been an interesting thing to like push through. I think this also needed more blue on it. I think I gave second coats to everything on the blue but this. So while I make sure that that's drying up, I'll add a little bit more blue to this spot here. Which I probably already did, but it needs more. The blue is so translucent. Yeah, I definitely needed the extra coat of blue on this section. It's just looking a little too washed out. It looks like I maybe started it, or I'm not sure, I don't know. In any case, there it is. There we go. Much better. The green also, maybe, I don't know. I don't think I started doing the second coats until here, so then I've added as I go, but I didn't keep good track of it. I was also trying to add second coats when the paint was still wet, which kind of rips up the paper and doesn't really work that good, so not the best idea. But anyways. Where am I headed? Oh, I'm going here, okay. Forgot what I was doing, sorry. Putting on my second coat of the green. Too inside to out for this. All right, there's the green. Let's see, bronze. All right, lastly will be the gold for this section, and then I'll just have these two and then be done. It definitely has a very interesting look to it. I'm able to look at it on two different devices, and when I look at it on my phone, I even can appreciate it even more. So looking at things in different scale and stepping back from my work and seeing it in different sizes and stuff definitely helps me to better envision what I'm looking at. Which sounds weird because you think I would have the best view of it, but I often have the most closed off view of it, I guess. All right, there's the gold. So that one is done. Or at least as done as I'm willing to make it at this moment. It looks ugly from my perspective, but oh yeah, like I don't like that. Oh man. All right, whatever. We're just gonna let it be the artwork that it is. I don't have to like it. I like this one the least out of all the ones I've done because I have this one here, which I really, really like. So I'm so excited for the better paper and markers. Just not so sure that I really like this one, but whatever. I've done it. I've tested the markers, so that was the goal. So, anyways, I'm onto this color palette now, right? Yeah, so that's this color and this color and this color. So let's see, it's the rose gold and the bronze. This is where I start to struggle to see the colors because they get so similar. Oh no, see, that's, I almost messed up. Speaking of struggling to see the colors. Exactly what I was just saying. Let's see, pink next. People must love reading the chat there, Mr. William. Well, I hate that whole entire area. I might even just paint over that and start over. Now that I see how bad this one looks, I realize I really screwed this one up. I could have done a lot better. And I hate it. And I'm mad at it. So while I'm fixing stuff, I'm going to fix this one too. I don't know why it's got to be that way, but it's embarrassing to me. I bet people don't know that artists get embarrassed of their stuff. Yeah, I kind of hate that little area right there. I can see it in the iPad next to me, and I'm like disgusted. So I have to do something with it. It's really pissing me off. I don't know why this one made me so angry. I'm not sure. But it's cutting into my 30-minute deadline here, for sure. Why you gotta be like this? Alright, I'm gonna give that one a little bit of space. And then, now that this is probably dry enough, because I hate it. I don't really like that. I want to redo all of these lines. They're all upsetting me. How is it that I'm getting upset at these lines at the very end? Of course, it's because I've been doing it for hours and now my brain is like, I'm done. That's what happens to me. If I work on something, that's why I have so many things going. Because if I work on something for too long, I start to get like burnt out on it. It doesn't take me long. Alright. I know the perfectionist in me is being obnoxious right now. You are not wrong. Alright, so while that's drying, and that is supposed to be the gold color. I don't know. We'll see how it goes over the black. It may take 14 layers. We'll see. I'm not sure that's really much better. I probably should have just left it. Yeah, that's better. I just don't like the colors leaving these big gaps. That's kind of like the whole point, is not to have all these gaps. All right, back to what I was trying to do. Before my hand decided to do its own thing. And even that I'm not super thrilled with, but it's better than what it was. So. All right, back to the bronze. And gold. I feel like that went out way too far too. I don't know. That's what happens when I get too tired. Let's see. Definitely. I think that one went out too far. I'm just trying to let that dry. All right, back to the gold. Or no, sorry, back to the bronze. I need to repair my bronze here. It's a little better, it's a little tighter. All right. It's loud thunder out there. Oh my goodness. All right, back to the rose gold. This one is nearly, this little area, this section I mean is nearly done. And then I'll probably grab, excuse me, hang on, I got a hair in my back, which is annoying me. Do the one next to it, and then I'll maybe do both double coats at the same time, you know? So we got the rose gold here. Oh, let me fix that little loop. Oh, and there's a little loop right there. This one we're adding in the pink for the final push here. And then the gold, right? Bronze, excuse me. Wait, what? Forgot what I was doing. Bronze, 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 okay. Yeah, this one doesn't get the gold. Forget what I'm doing. What else is new? All right, I can breathe again for a second. I always hold my breath. I don't know why. Always doing that. All right, what time we got? How long do I have? 1:23? Oh, I'm way past the 2 hours. Well, I'm to win it now, though. He's not home yet. Yeah, the final square. I got to do a double coat on this one still, so I'm not quite technically to the final square, but I'm about there. I'm going to do a quick second coat on the second to last square. Should be pretty quick. Almost done with the rose gold. there's that. My arm recuperate for 2 seconds. Oh, my arm gets tired after working for many hours like this. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bang the screen there. Sorry. I picked up my tea and then sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, second coat on this. Let's go with the gold so I can like get that out of the way. So I don't accidentally pick it up in the last square. So gold, second coat of gold. Just got a little globby there, but that's all right. I'm trying to learn to just be less picky with my work and be willing to work faster. Just kind of finish things start to finish because I get so precious about things, and even if you watch me do this one, you can see that I'm still that way, but I'm notorious for having things like in process for days, weeks, or even months or years. So I would really like to get better at not being like that. All right, so there's the gold. And lastly, I just have to get the bronze down in this section. And then I truly am on the last square, technically, if you've been along for the ride today. The next project I plan to be working on is my kintsugi terracotta pot project, so I'm excited for that. That is some thunder that's going on out there, though, let me tell you. Noisy. Ooh, I just smooched right there. Crap. It's hard when I'm trying to do the second coat all like in one quick shot because I end up touching the paint and it's not quite dry. I would probably use my hair dryer if I wasn't on a live stream, but I don't want to do that to y'all, so I'm like buzzing through it quickly, which maybe isn't the best idea. I don't know. All right, blah. Got the second coat of that square. So finally, onward to the last one, which I was doing this color palette. So let's see, rose gold should be the next color, right? These are so hard to tell apart. It's maddening. No, it's the bright pink. Now the rose gold. Right? Yeah. right, let's see. Wow, these colors are so hard to see. It's really getting on my nerves. This is what happened to me the first time I was working with them too. All right, just because normally I was waiting to do the second coat, but it's so hard to see these two colors. So second coat is going on as soon as first coat is dry. Alright, so the next color to go down is going to be on this side. Is the browns. I guess I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Alright, so this is the pink color? Yes. Yeah, those two you can't tell apart. You just can't. It's making it a little easier to see. Not a lot, but a little. Alright, perfect. And everybody's got a second coat except for the gold, which should make it a little easier. Anyway, so. Looks like I need to do a tiny bit of touch-ups. I knew it would be not possible to be finishing this in that short a time, but wow, you can hear my screen like wobbling in the wind. It's pretty funny. So close. think. Oh no, whoops, not browns. That was supposed to be rose gold. Browns over here, whoops. My bad. So close to being done, it's hard, I get lost. My bad, wrong color. That happens. Rose gold. Kind of what I was supposed to be grabbing, I believe. Right. Supposed to be rose gold. Then it's supposed to be pinky color gold. Then it's supposed to be browns. Then rose gold again. And the pink gold. And that's it. So now I just need to get second coats on everything. And I can hear the old beat up minivan pulling in the driveway with my groceries and my hubby, so it's literally just perfect timing, I'm pretty sure. That went over there anyways. I'm gonna end up having to do touch-ups off camera probably, but that's okay. There's the gold, or bronze, or whatever it was. It looks like gold until you have it next to the actual gold. Then it looks bronzy. By itself, it doesn't. There's a mess up right there. Man, I hate how this looks. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. So grumpy at this right now. There's something about these metallic markers that creates like this like film that I don't really like either. So that's one thing I don't like because it creates like a silver edge, which isn't making me happy. Hello.
Hi, babe.
I'm trying not to be grumpy about this.
About what?
I like the metallic pens. I just don't love them, especially on the black paper. They create like the how to explain this? The metallic particles kind of wash out underneath what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
And creates like a sheen on the black paper around what you're doing. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but there's like a silver edge basically to all the lines. A silver lining.
Is that bad?
I don't love it. It gets very like kind of like wants to bleed into all the color. All the colors want to bleed into each other.
Oh, all right.
I don't love that. Yeah.
See how that has a much different look than
the metallic-y flake. It's like shimmery and slidey. So I don't know that I love it, at least on the white paper. It's another. There are other color options, and they add to my selection. So you know that's fine, but it's definitely not worth putting doing a whole piece in them though, because they're really finicky.
can see how it has a much different look and sort of sheen than the other ones that you have sitting there.
Right, so then you don't see them as well because they're like sitting kind of differently on the paper. So they look kind of pastel-y.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring the other bag of groceries in before
Sure.
it rained down.
Yep. Sounds like a plan. But that seems like at least pretty close to being done. I mean, it's not perfect. But I do like the effect. It almost looks like a landscape, like sunrise or something, which is kind of neat. I wasn't expecting to like cram all the blues into the corner. I wasn't really thinking of doing that. I just had a pattern I was keeping with, and that's what it ended up being. So I get that it probably isn't compositionally the strongest piece in the world, but it is what it is. So if you're with me for any of it, I appreciate you, and I'd love for you to go check out my page if you haven't, and leave me a comment if you're an artist so I can check out your page as well, your channel, whatever you call it. So yeah, I guess that's it for tonight, or for now. We're gonna have dinner, and then I may come back on later when he's out working in the garage and work on my kintsugi pot that I'm working on. So yeah, until next